Whilst at first the Banished in Halo may seem like nothing more than a roving band of marauding, thuggish Jiralhanae, akin to a group of giant bear-like Viking raiders, Atriox's Banished faction are actually as organised and structured as they are diverse, with members of all species and clans finding a home within the coordinated ranks of this brutal organisation, each assigned tasks that best suit their demonstrated talents in helping the Banished overcome obstacles standing in the way of galactic domination. And for the Banished, UNSC Spartans represent the ultimate opponent and the primary obstacle to achieving victory in any theatre they occupy. With this in mind, Banished leaders have established dedicated groups specifically designed to seek out and bring their kind to extinction. The first of these groups being the Bloodstars. Initially part of the Covenant's Special Warfare Group, the Bloodstars were a company-sized group of brute stalkers, special operations elites, and select jackals tasked with gathering intel on the UNSC and hunting down Spartans. Atriox himself was among the Bloodstars' ranks while serving the Covenant military. When the Covenant finally came to an end and the Banished continued to grow in strength and number, Atriox felt it necessary to reassign the Bloodstars into the Banished military structure. The group was recast as an elite order of special operations warriors, with a focus on eliminating the Banished most dangerous foes. Early on, members of the Silent Shadow, the Covenant Hierarch's expert unit of Sangheili assassins, who had since sworn allegiance to Atriox and his cause, educated the Bloodstars in the art of specialized warfare. Made up of a wide range of species, each individual warrior in the Bloodstar Order shares a common trait historically: meteoric success on the battlefield. A Bloodstar agent can be recognized by their striking deep red armor, which is reminiscent of both the Silent Shadow and the original Bloodstar Order. The Bloodstars have engaged in a diverse range of actions across the many domains of the Banished, including their recent conflicts over Zeta Halo. Their organizational structure is specifically designed to provide opportunities for the finest warriors in the Banished to show their combat prowess and ascend to the group known as the Hand of Atriox, taking their place at their leader's side and helping usher in a new age of power and prestige. But who are the Hand of Atriox, I hear you ask? Well, you might be asking that. I mean, you probably already know who they are if you've played Halo Infinite at all. The Hand of Atriox resemble a wartime myth in many ways. Stories of battlefield monsters stalking the ranks of foes like a devouring wraith behind enemy lines. Founded by Escharum to rapidly expand the legend of Atriox, with members of the group carrying out missions in Atriox's name alone. No one, not even within the Banished's own ranks, is precisely sure how many Hand members there are at any given time, but everyone is certain of one thing: their effectiveness in the battlefield. Some speculate that there are only 4 members of the Hand of Atriox, while others believe that it could be limited to just 4 members in any occupied region, allowing the Hand to have a more evenly distributed presence across all Banished territories. Members like Jiralhanae pack brothers Hyperius and Tavares, or Blademaster Jaeger Radomni, conducted covert attacks on Covenant outposts and human settlements, taking out high-value targets and opening the door for countless Banished raids to follow. Their fame among the Banished itself increased along with the scope of their achievements. Banished warriors began to aspire to be recognized as potential members, with, as previously mentioned, the resurrected Bloodstar Order serving as a de facto proving ground for new Hand recruits. Some claim that the group is only active when Atriox is nearby, following their leader and through their actions generating a mythical reverence to him among their troops, whilst like a brooding storm building a sense of dread amongst their enemies. The only certainty is that the Hand of Atriox should never be underestimated. But who were the members of this organisation and what made them such renowned troops? Well, in Halo Infinite, Master Chief is given a list of UNSC designated high-value targets And at first, I wrongly assumed that all of these targets were Bloodstars, due to most of them wearing the iconic red armour of the group. But the actual list of Bloodstar members, as far as I can tell, are Arch-Kordat Baroth, a deadly Ruthian marksman who garnered a reputation amongst Kigyar treasure hawks and raiding crews for having a virtually unblemished hit record. Farv Sebarim, the fabled Kaidun of Maleston, was one of the leading Covenant commanders in their final strikes against Earth, a naval commander responsible for the deaths of over 700,000 humans during the siege of the city of Adruvon. Inca Shaman grew in notoriety during the Covenant War as shipmaster of the DAS-class storm cutter Heresy's Shadow, which repeatedly harassed UNSC supply lines and UEG trade routes. Arfok was a brutal Jiralhanai champion, responsible for a vicious ambush on the colony of Tassira that claimed the lives of 3 full ODST squads. Pip-Bap served as a ruthless bodyguard to the legendary chieftain Tartarus during the Human Covenant War, but afterwards became a lethal mercenary for hire, operating from the world of Venecia, where he killed over 830 humans. En-Gedon was the fearsome chieftain of Zomar, who led the infamous Bulwark of Bone clan. He was part of the initial group of brutes who deserted the Covenant alongside Atriox. Myriad was the Megalakolo bond pair responsible for the elimination of 2 entire Spartan 4 fire teams, displaying a far more individualized and destructive personality than others of its kind. IK'NOVUS was a Jiralhanai chieftain renowned for his violent and bloodthirsty nature, including a particular penchant for eating the severed limbs of his opponents. And finally, Gorion was a powerful Jiralhanai who briefly formed a truce with the Spartan Thomas Horvath. Later, Gorion went on to decimate UNSC forces across Zeta Halo, prior to the arrival of Master Chief. As for the Hand of Atriox, its members include War Chief Escharum, whose own experience predates his species' conscription into the Covenant. Perhaps his most pivotal role would be that of mentor to the young Atriox. He saw through the endgame desires of the prophets and went to great lengths to instill within Atriox a foundation of strength, independence, and an unwavering pride in his species. Eventually, when Atriox made his fateful stand against the Covenant, Escharum was one of the first to pledge his loyalty to the Banished cause. Hyperius was one of the brutes elevated from the Bloodstars, and he revelled in the opportunity to seek out the best challenges his enemy could send his way. The menacing and relentless Jiralhanai warrior was responsible for the deaths of over a dozen Spartans, a fact made clear for all to see in the form of the trophies that hung about his armour, each pulled from a defeated combatant. Tovarus, brother to Hyperius, descended from a long lineage of war chieftains, hailing from the upper echelons of Clan Warrior's Wrath. He saw the Covenant leaders as weak and unworthy to rule, in stark contrast to the might of Atriox and Escharum. Jaeger Radomni was a Sangheli Blademaster and a member of Silent Shadow, the sole survivor of a mission to ambush and eliminate 2 Spartan-free headhunters. Jaeger's body was left scarred and broken, but his lust for blood and battle easily outweighed the Sangheli edict to shun medical attention or prosthetic augmentation. The result was a cybernetically enhanced killing machine, relentlessly dedicated to exacting revenge on any Spartan he encountered. Shunned by his own kind within the Covenant, Jaeger rose in prominence within the Banished ranks, earning the trust and friendship of Escharum, who made him the very first member of the Hand of Atriox. And all the Bloodstars and all the members of the Hand of Atriox lived happily ever after, until Master Chief came along and killed most of them, proving that even this pack of expert Spartan killers don't stand a chance against John 117 and his plot armor. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on the next video. Catch you next time.